a long-time study of what it takes to balance a budget in America. Prince Hill from Arkansas.
Well, thank you, my friend from Oklahoma, and I want to thank Kevin Hearn as our chairman of our task force and all the members of the task force for coming together and delivering for the American people the fact that Congress can debate, analyze, and think through and consider what does it take to balance our budget. And Kevin Hearn has delivered that leadership, Mr. Speaker, and so I rise today in favor of the Republican Study Committee's budget proposal for FY2023. Proud to be a contributing member of the Republican Study Committee. This RSC budget would not only rein in reckless spending, but it would balance the nation's budget over the next decade. By making President Trump's Tax Cuts and Jobs Act permanent, this budget would provide hardworking American families with immediate relief, something we desperately need amid Joe Biden's highest inflation in 4 decades. This budget also worked towards strengthening our national security, starting with the crisis at our southwest border. Last month, Mr. Speaker, Customs and Border Protection reported that 234,416 illegal migrant encounters occurred along our border, the highest one-month total ever recorded. This budget would restore the Trump-era policies that secured our border and kept our communities safe, preventing startling statistics like that one I just noted. This budget is sensible, it's realistic, and it's beneficial for all of our American families. I'm pleased that 2 of my legislative items that I've placed priority on in this Congress were included in this budget package. The Price Stability Act and the Social Security Disability Insurance Return to Work Act were included. First, price stability. I was pleased to introduce that earlier this year alongside my good friend and our colleague, Byron Donalds from Florida. At a time when the American people are currently spending an additional $460 a month, Mr. Speaker, nearly $5,000 more this year than people were spending last year to keep up with President Biden's inflation, rising costs of gas at the pump, groceries at the store. This bill would have the Federal Reserve focus on a single mandate, and that of price stability, concentrating on keeping prices down, inflation out of, stealing from American families. The second bill, the Social Security Disability Insurance Return to Work Act, which I reintroduced this year, would restructure the Social Security Administration's disability classification system to provide further opportunities for individuals with disabilities who can and want to get back to work. That's important because too many people go on our Social Security disability system and they don't get back to the workforce. This provides them financial and training and opportunity incentives to go back to work, something our workforce and our employers desperately need. And it gives dignity to those with disabilities who can get back into the workforce. These policies would both reduce government spending while ensuring that we put the needs of the American people first. I'd like to thank the Republican Study Committee Chairman, Jim Banks, Task Force Chairman Hearn for their hard work and leadership in developing this budget. This common sense legislative agenda combats inflation while supporting a healthy economy. It works for the betterment of our families long term. I'm proud of the provisions that were included in the budget. I'm happy to express my support for the budget and for the work of the task force, and I yield back to my friend from Oklahoma.
I'd like to thank the gentleman from Arkansas for